Hello everyone and welcome back to F1 2021 TTG Racing versus CPI Esports here at the Belgium GP. Did it right the first time, mucked it up the second time. Seems like that is a trend. But here we go, ready to start up again here. You can see the clock tick and everyone getting re-readied up here. And I am still Peps Freak 2 and 2, and I'm still joined by Storm King. So Storm Kings, say hello again.
Hello and welcome back everybody to the event that is TTG versus CPI. We saw a fantastic qualifying. If you have missed the qualifying, it was a TTG pole position which got him an extra point from CR7, who is the TTML Formula 3 Drivers Champion and Constructors Champion with Red Bull. So he knows how to win and he knows how to get the job done. It was, I believe, the top 6 were TTG drivers.
We'll quickly see in a second here as they did put the orders in, but you were actually out of top 7, 6 were TTG drivers. Only CPI Snell was the only driver not from the TTG camp to be in that top 7. But then after that, you got a big from 8th all the way down to 16th is all CPI drivers except for Kermit in 13th. So it is going to be, again, a nice sunny day here in Belgium. Everything all nice set here. Again, probably the rules in place. You have to start on the tires you qualified on. But remember, they will now have fresh tires. Instead of 1 extra wear, they'll be good to go here. So it's not going to make much of a difference, but it's going to make it that much easier to push for that 1 sub. But the thing is, outside the top 10, we'll see if any drivers decide to go maybe a little bit of a different change of strategies. Well, because we know Kermit and Noah J both went on a set of softs. Well, they elect to go on a set of mediums. And at the same time, will some of the drivers that went on a set of mediums maybe go for a set of softs? As we do wait, we'll find those answers out in about 17 seconds. But I do want to quickly say, while we wait here again, that the max amount of points here today to own up is 223, which means that the winning team gets 112 points, will automatically win this situation. And hopefully, it doesn't make too much complicated math here to try to calculate out what is going on. Because remember, every driver will get at least 1 point here today, and Fast Lap gets a point, and pole position gets a point, which already was given to CR7. And that will also give TTG 1 extra point here again. So here we go again. 22 laps around Belgium. Quick check of the tires one more time, see if anything different. And we do have a bit of a different strategy. Now Kiki is going to be on a set of softs. So he's the only driver that is, besides outside the top 10, that has elected to change the call strategy he did. And I do wonder, maybe he heard something, maybe he thought about something, but bit of an odd strategy. Or maybe he just forgot to switch his tires, and that is going to come to bite him maybe in the rear end by the end of this thing.
Yeah, and it'll be quite interesting to see who has forgot to put their setup on. It is quite notorious. I've done it myself on a lobby restart. I forgot to put the setup on, or I've not had enough time. So it'll be interesting to see which drivers we do get to hear from do say, oh, I forgot my setup. Oh, I didn't have enough time. But yeah, 22 laps of the Spa-Francorchamps track in Belgium. I believe it's the home race for Max Verstappen, as he is dual citizenship of the Belgium and the Dutch national flag. So he gets a double home race on the calendar, but he did win the Belgian Grand Prix under some unprecedented times this season, as it was the race to forget, I think, for this season in F1 2021. Well, for the real life one, not the game.
I would agree with you looking in the chat here again, Jim. Yeah, sometimes it does happen in the Codemasters games, but hey, that's why we're at least resourceful here at League Racing TV. And at the same time, though, that's why other games sometimes do get leagues as well. I think there's also rumors that there will be possibly a Gran Turismo sec coming in as well. So we may see the League Racing TV expand outward a little bit into a different camp of racing games. Maybe one day they'll even go to iRacing. Who knows with that one. But anyway, that is neither here nor there right now. Right now, we still got a league race to cover. And if I do remember correctly, I think you predicted CR7 to win and TTG to win the championship, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, well, it could say in this special one-off here. Am I correct, Storm?
Yeah. Yes, I did. And if I'm also correct, you went with a CPI win. So just to keep it nice and balanced and not too biased to any one team.
I did say a TT driver was going to win the race, but I did say CPI driver is going to win the overall arc, and I still will stand by the prediction. Maybe give a little bit of a tip hat to the other side here. Kind of neutral thing here. Got to have a face, heel commentator, whatever. We got to root for both sides here and show impartiality. We do got, again, James rooting TTML in chat. I know a few other drivers that we've rooting the verse, but here we come again. About to line up one more time. Here we go. This time there should be no glitches here. Gonna go quickly cut through the field as well. You can see the top 20 all on the grid here one more time. And I think this will be ready to go here. So I'm gonna turn this off real fast. And the last driver I think is lined up. Yes, he has. So here we go. Waiting for the 5 red lights. There they go. Cars just got set. And there we go. We're going to get the 5 red lights. And away they go. A little bit of a longer hold there, but it's not going to affect the TTML up front here. But can CPI get some spots off the line? It looks like CR7 is going to hold in. Wolfsburg's going to pass Robin, and Sway is going to get past Robin as well. A little bit wide in the back there. You see a CPR car go a little bit wide there. It's going to have to reverse. It is MRBT. He'll get back on the circuit, and right now we could have seen a side-by-side battle between Snell and Sway going up through a Rouge, and it will not be the so, but it looks like everyone's got through relatively clean. We got Kermit in the back passing Hecht. Up the road, though, we do see a little bit of a change here. We got to see a lot of cars here battling up in the top half. We can see just up the front, though, TTML boys are not going to, sorry, TTG boys, I should say. TTML's the other league. They are not going to make a effort here to make anything happen, and they're going to kind of tuck in line right now, but we do got a CPL Snell all surrounding off the distance. I think one of the TTG cars just went a little bit wide there, but we do see Snell splitting Sway here. It looks like open the door for B, and just up the road, Snell's going to get past Wolfsburg as well. So the highest CPI driver right now is Snell, and he is currently P5.
Yeah, fantastic opening half of the lap at the moment. Yeah, one of the TTG drivers did just go a little bit onto the grass, and this is a crucial part at the race. You wouldn't think it is. The TTG drivers who are in the top 4 just need to kind of fend off this wave of attack from CPI as they go through, which I believe is now coming into Blanchimont, into what will be the bus stop chicane, eventually. A very notorious final braking zone on an F1 track, as Snell is right on the back nearly of Robin. And is he going to go for the move? No, he gets the door closed, and Robin does defend there. Is he going to get him on the exit of the bus stop chicane? He gets a nice exit and right behind the back of TTG Robin as they go down now into turn 1 into La Source. And it looks like Robin has got the exit there perfectly as they now go up to El Rouge into Radion. I don't think any driver will be battling through there, as it could end worse off for one of the drivers as they now come up into the Kemmel Straight. No DRS activated at the moment as we're only on lap 2. Sector 1 yellow flags. That is Kermit out of the race.
Yep, Kermit out of the race there. Indeed, he is crossed. Sadly, missed the camera angle there. It looks like there will be a virtual safety car, so we'll get a woe down in the chat here right now. Looking in the chat right now, James, those graphics are part of the game, so that is what the game provides. But this is going to give kind of the field a little bit of a breather here. Everyone can kind of take a chance here to breathe. But the problem is we did see Conti pit, so Conti going to get basically a net-free pit stop here, so he could kind of make out a little bit here and kind of minimize the damage he'll lose for pitting the pit for his front wing. That is the word I'm looking for. And yep, Kermit is out of this race here right now. So still under VSC conditions. Top 4 are all TTG boys, with Snell being the lone CPI driver in that top 7. And we'll see a safety car is still not coming to an end yet. And I just don't think if you're in that top 4 right now, you're not going to fight. Unless Snell starts pressuring Robin, there's no reason to fight. And there's no reason to get to scrapping because you do got top points here. The only real threat would be is that if enough cumulative points for 8, 9, 10th, 11th can add up. But considering, if I'm not mistaken, it's 25 for a win, 24, 2, and some variation of that up and down. I could really pull it up one more time, but that's a lot of points to make up. So, but first driver out is Kermit, so that's going to be one less foot warrior for TTG here today.
Yeah, and that's a huge loss. Oh, as Koz gets a drive-through penalty for TTG, as Snail is right going for it as they come out of the bus stop chicane. Snail is, he's got himself up to P4 as DRS is enabled, and I think there's going to be a switch between Robin and his teammate in P5, P6. Oh, a little bit of wheel bang there between Robin and Wahlberg there.
Yuki is also elected to the pit as well here. Did not see the penalty Carlos is yet, so we'll have to wait and see on that front. Up the road here, I think Chris is going to maybe try to repass his teammate CR7, and it looks like they're going to switch swap here. And yep, Chris is going to retake the lead, so our pole sitter is going to go down to P2. Back down the road, we also got Wolfsburg passing Robin, so maybe a little bit of a switch swatch here, because remember, they're not fighting for overall victory. They're fighting for the overall team. So a situation where one driver's faster, you don't have to 100% worry. Now, obviously, it is bragging rights. You don't want to finish lower than you have to, but sometimes it is for the greater good of the organization. But can Snell, the lone, again, CPI driver up here fighting, make something happen? And to answer your question, James, what happened to Kermit? I think he's in the chat. He'll tell you, but I think he lost, if I'm not mistaken, going up Rouge, back end kicked out, and kind of hit the inner wall, and that was race done for him. But anyway, close battle currently having track is Snell and Carl's here. Snell trying to get into that top 3 positions and see if he can make something happen. We know Carl's going to have to pit here, so maybe Carl's will be kind of a little bit of a troll here and hold up Snell pretty mightily here and let that top 2 break away. That could be a ploy we could see happening right here.
Yeah, and I think Carlsbury is just going to become like an F1 second driver. He's going to hold up as much as he can until his teammates has, as it looks to be that Snell is going to go for the move in the bus stop chicane. As Carlsbury does not serve his drive-through penalty, he's going to stay out. And that is Sector 2, Sector 3 yellow flags. That is a CPI driver.
That is, I believe, Yuki, if I'm not mistaken. He's way off the pace there. I'd cut to it. We do got a lot of battles here, so I don't think he may have might damage. You can tell me right now if he does or doesn't. But we got Wolfsburg and Carl here coming in. Carl's probably just going to give the old LA to the drivers ahead of him, and just, behind him, you could say, and let him go on by and make something happen. But other than that, we do have a few battles here indeed to report. And with DRS activated, it looks like Snell's going to get split by 2 drivers here. And Snell is going to be in 3rd. Now he's going to be down to 5th. And, well, 4th. Carl cannot finish the pass on the outside. It looks like Wolfsburg can go a little bit too wide and going to shut the door on Snell. I don't think Snell got any damage from that little tap-tap. But these wings aren't as solid as you would think. So a little too much of that. And we may see Snell get a little bit of that phantom damage or a little less than 5%. And that could be enough to make something bad happen for Snell here. Now Snell going to end up losing the spot to Wolfsburg. So Wolfsburg kind of capitalizing here, going to be 3rd. Here comes Carl's around the inside, not going to be enough to make anything happen. And this little train is kind of backing up the whole field. And makes something happen is now Kiki is going to get a 3 for multiple warnings. And I do agree with you, Kermit, as well. Oh, we got someone around the long way around. That is going to be, I believe it is Wolfsburg. Yeah, it is Wolfsburg. He lost it right in front of the field there. Just got a little crickety-crockety, and that is going to be that. As it looks like we got a big train here as well. Mr. BT all on displays. I think something may have happened to Snell. I think he may have damage.
Yes, you are correct there. Snell has wing damage. Only one part of the wing is damaged, and I believe that is going to be a pit stop for medium compound type, where he will probably go to the end of the race unless there is a safety car.
Yeah, he will pit, but he's going to be definitely behind the 8 ball here. As now CR7 goes the fastest. So now the farthest up CPI driver is Mr. BT. Now, Namber, we also see another driver coming in. That's Carlsberg to serve his drive-through. So 2 drivers coming in right now. But up the road here, we do got, again, not too much to report up front. Chris and CR7 kind of just holding station, maybe flip-flopping a little bit, but they got a 4-second breakaway from Robin, because that little checkup, that caused that gap to grow even more. As I do see also Wolfsburg coming as well, so he did clip the wall. Well, it's a spin, so I do think he got a little bit of damage. But up the road, we'll just quickly check here. Chris has just repassed CR7 for 1st position. A little bit back here, not enough to really make the CPI drivers to make a pass, but we do see Sway going to stick it up the inside of his teammate, and he will successfully get the spot. So Sway up the 3rd, Robin up the 4th. Can Robin have an answer back? Try to hang around the outside. Not going to be enough. No switchback maneuver. So Sway is now in the podium spot, and Robin down the 4th.
Yeah, and just looking at this now, it's 1st to 4th is TTG, but look at 5th to 10th. This is now going to be a 5 versus 4 car battle. CPI can really put the mark on this race. If they all just close up to the back of Robin, and then it becomes, well, the hunter becomes the hunted.
Yeah, indeed. Now, Damon has left the session here, so he's, I think, lagged out. I don't see him, yeah, he's not crashed on track. So that's going to be one last driver for the CPI drivers as well. So, again, it's going to be who can kind of survive a race of nutrition here, you could say, and make something happen. Yellow flag sector 2, sector 3. That is Daniel now retiring from the session. So, and that will trigger a safety car. I think he may have crashed, but I don't see him. There he is. Yeah, he's lost it right there in the inside wall, so he said he left, and then I guess his AI crashed, and now we'll have a safety car, though. So that will get Carlsby, Snell, Wolfsburg back in this race along with Yuki, and I think you just saw something, Storm.
I think it's, yeah, he wasn't in the oh, no, Daniel was in the session.
Oh.
So it was a mistake from himself.
Oh, I think I misread it. I think Damon is the one that left, and
Yeah,
Daniel's the
Damon
one that's what saw the D. So yeah, Damon's out of the session right now. He'll have to try to join back, but Daniel's crashed out. So Damon could still get back here and continue to fight. But we do see a lot of pit stops happening while we were I made that mistake, and we see a lot of drivers going on a set of mediums here, and that's, I think, a little early. I just don't know if that's going to be enough time.
Sorry to interrupt you there. We have a bit of an issue with the safety car. Waffles has accidentally overtaken the safety car, but his car did ghost, but it has now been sorted, and they all under the safety car, and they all are behind the safety car.
Yeah, I did think that was going to happen there, and luckily he got it back under, so no major glitches happening here, no triggers happening. Only driver to pit there that didn't go on a set of mediums was Hack21, who decided to go on a set of hards. Even some of the drivers in the back here, like Yuki and County, are pitting as well, so everyone has pitted and have gotten off their soft tires, and if they were on a set of medium tires, decided to stay out. So the only drivers actually staying out right now are Damon, Jendrick, and Waffles. Everyone else pitted. We did have a few drivers that were on the set of softs. So yeah, drivers that didn't stop yet, those. I'm just trying to remember the tires. Didn't a couple drivers were on mediums, still on mediums, if I'm not mistaken, didn't come in? Or switched to another set of mediums? I think one of these drivers went medium to medium.
Yeah, I think that might have been Damien, because he's not in the lobby. This also brings TTG Conti back into the race, because he did have that earlier on race incident, so that's definitely going to bring him back into the safety car. Just a quick mention, Waffles has dropped down to P2, so I wonder if he had an illegal overtake come up on his screen and he had to return whatever place it was back, and that's why he's dropped down to P2.
Yeah, indeed. Just checking. I just checked the race director there. Only driver that was on medium to medium right now is Yuki. Everyone else did pit. They are done their one pit stop, if not for obviously the 5-lap tires. So Damon, Hendricks, and Waffles all stayed out. If they pitted, they went a set of softs to mediums or mediums to hards, or whatever combination. So everyone has done their mandatory one pit stop except for Damon, Jendricks, Waffles, and Yuki. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. But again, I think it's still, I don't think the mediums are going to make it. We'll go on lap 7, lap 8 is when we'll get back to action here, depending. Safety car is pretty bunched up, so I'd say lap 7 going on 8. And that is going to be 14 laps, which, in theory, the mediums could make it. And I think now I think about it more, they probably will, but how fresh will they be? And maybe we'll see some of the drivers right now on a set of mediums and maybe able to make a set of softs work out in the end.
Yeah, and it's quite interesting with Hecht going on the hard tyres at 14, 15 laps. I think with the hard compound tyre, you probably haven't even scratched the surface with them sort of tyres. But they do take a few laps to warm up, so we may see him drop down the order a little bit on that safety car restart, as Yuki is back into the pit, so I just wonder what tyre he's going to go on.
I assume he's going to go off the set of mediums here because he doesn't want to really do that strategy here. So we'll see. Again, we got it on screen. I'll cut to him right now while I quickly do some calculations here. He is on a set of mediums as well. That's the same set of mediums, I think. So he still has to pit again to get something else on. So odd strategy indeed to pit and not change up strategy or change up course here. But Storm, give us a little update here while I do some quick calculations.
Yeah, so your race leader at the moment under the safety car on lap number 7 of 22 in the special event, which is TTG versus CPI. So we have TTG Chris in the race lead with TTG Waffles in P2 from TTG. Then the first of the CPI drivers, we have CPI Jendrick for CPI. Then in fourth we have Sway 97 from TTG. In fifth, he is currently not in the session, is CPI Damien. Oh, as he's having a battle under the safety car with TTG Robin. I don't know what happened there, as in P6 we have TTG Robin. Then in P7 we have CPI Mr. BT. 8th, apologies, is TTG CR7. Then in P9 we have CPI Neymaring. I believe that's how you pronounce it.
Neymar, like the soccer player.
Okay.
And it would be Jay-Z in 10th. But I do want to quickly say one thing. Right now, I did the calculations for currently in standings right now, and I'm not mistaken, my math is correct. Because the fast lap is under CR7's control and they got the extra point, it's 121 to 102 right now, favor TTG Racing. So still all to play for here, but TTG currently leads the way in this friendly event as another safety car is coming in this time by. But obviously, with few of those drivers having to pit, again, strength and numbers at the top could be enough, but this can easily sway one way or the other with still a long way to go. So we're going to ride on board here with Gendrix, see what time Chris and Waffles decide to go here. Remember, if just checking tires one more time, remember, fresh saw mediums for Chris, while the next two in line are on old mediums, so, and then Sway and fourth, so it's a situation where Chris could be able to kind of pull away here and make those fresh mediums work to his advantage. But we're going to wait it out here, see when he goes. He goes right now, catches him kind of a little bit napping, you could say, for Gendrix. Wandrix goes right away. Again, bandage having your teammate, but it looks like Gendrix gets a better line on the inside here, but not going to be able to make the pass happen, and could be under pressure here from Sway if he's not careful. Green flag, here we go. Robin and Damon fighting. Damon is not in control of his car, though, so Damon's going to sink like a stone. Mr. BT is going to pass his ghost car for 6th. We got Neymar passing CR7 for 8th. So CR7 going to try to carve his way up to the field like a Thanksgiving turkey, and we'll have to see what goes on, as I think Snell's also jumped Kiki for 15th.
Yeah, so I'm riding on board with CPI Gendrick. He is literally in a TTG sandwich. They are going to go 3 wide. No, they're not. I believe Sway backed off there, and Waffles is going to lose the place to CPI Gendrick, and that's CPI Gendrick up to P2, but he has got a very fast, well, 3 very fast TTG drivers behind him of Waffles, Sway, and Robin.
Yep, Sway now going to get ahead of Waffles. I think that may have been a little bit of a do-si-do, because remember, Waffles on the older tires. Let Sway pass Gendrix. Again, team orders may be in play here. Further down, though, we see Mr. BT has caught the back of that train here, so they can't probably go too far away, but Chris has just checked out. He's 2 seconds clear, almost 3 now on Gendrix, so the situation where Chris is kind of just controlling his own race here. Further down the field, we do got a few little incy battles. Neymar's kind of lost touch from Mr. BT, so that little tow isn't going to help him. But if he can just get a little bit closer in 2 laps, he could tow a bunch of CPI drivers up there, that battle train, and makes this a little bit more of an interesting fight, you could say. So we'll have to wait and see. He is close range. I think Conti and Yuki have passed Damon finalists. Damon is now down the end of the train here. And we'll see here, going to Sway, can make something happen on Gendrix on this corner here. It's going to be a very good tow here, but it's just not going to be enough. But I think Robbins may have an answer back on Waffles, though. So no pass from Sway, but Robbins able to get around Waffles. Same thing with Mr. BT there on the inside, and he will successfully make the pass on Waffles. Ooh, it's Waffles kind of pushes off Neymar there.
Yeah, that was a pretty close one there for the CPI driver as they come through La Source. And just looking on board, I think it may be CPI Gendrick. He has Sway right on the back of him, all over the shop there as they come through into the Camel Straight. Sway will get no DRS, but he's going to get his ERS activated as soon as possible. This is going to be side by side as they come down to the end of the Camel Straight. Who is going to get the position? It looks like Gendrick will keep the position for now. But I just wonder, oh, sector 1 and 2 yellow flags, that is Hecht dropping down the order.
Heck has lost it going into that section there. I don't know if he collided with anyone. I don't see any damage on his wing, though. But we'll have to, again, probably he'll tell somewhere in one of these chats. But back to the battles at hand. We got Carlsberg on the back of his teammate Wolfsburg right here. We got Sway still in the back of Hendricks, but not going to make a pass happen. Kiki, the only driver to get a pedal, he'll add another 3 to his totals. So he's up to 6 already, which is not going to help the TTG boys. So, again, looking at a race of nutrition right now, again, 2 CPI cars are basically out of this race, while 1 is out for TTG because Damon is not controlling the cars. Now, Robin gets another 3, and he was up there in that top pack, though. So, again, he's going to have to try to pull away quickly in order to make it happen. But here we got Sway just past Old Lady's house here, as Sway is going to try to make a move on Gendrix. Can he get that good tow, get that good run down the line? Going to try to go inside here, going to get the tow, going to go in to out. We'll see what happens here. Will he try to hang the out to the in or into the out? It looks like he's going to take the outside going in, but not going to be enough, as Gendrix is going to close the door, and Gendrix is going to hold the spot, at least for now. But with DRS enabled this time by, how long can Gendrix hold on?
Yeah, it is going to be a battle here into La Source, which is turn number 1, as I think Gendrick is just trying to hold these on to help CPI, Mr. BT get up.
Oh,
to
sorry to get interrupted there.
Oh,
Someone in the back. Carlsberg has lost the back end, and I think he took Noah J for a ride there. He lost on the inside corner, and Noah J had nowhere to go, and that's wing off for Carlsberg, and I believe Noah J has got something. If they ever give me an angle here, it looks like he's missing his wing as well, so 2 more cars going to have to limp around here and pit. So that's Carlsberg's race done, Noah J's race done. It's actually a safety car was triggered off that, so field is neutralized again, and we'll get a second to breathe here, and it's now going to be a bit of a monkey wrench here, because with 12 to go, by the time we get going, probably 10, 11 to go, how many drivers are going to say, screw the mediums, let's go on a set of softs? We know Gendrix, we know the drivers that didn't pit under the last safety car, which I'll quickly pull up the tires here to prove, is Gendrix, Waffles, and really the only 2 that high up the grid, and was Dame was the other one. So it's safe to assume they're definitely going to pit and get on a set of softs, or, softs, because they started on the race on mediums. We know Damon's AI is probably going to pit, and we also know probably Hecht may consider pitting as well, to get on a set of softs as well. So how many other drivers in that top pack are going to risk it and go on a set of softs?
Yeah, I think a lot of the drivers will decide to pit, especially Waffles and Gendry. This is a blessing in disguise for them too, because they were literally the highest worn tyre for the mediums, and also this does help Hecht after that incident. He did have, so it's going to be an interesting one. Who pits, who doesn't? It's kind of, it is the multiplayer cars, so the pit boxes aren't the same as the F1 ones are, so everyone is going to be jotted around, so it is going to be interesting to see who comes out in what places.
Well, I guess no one's really taking a chance here to make a pit stop here, because I still think the softs could maybe make it 10 laps. Waffles is going to test it. We'll see, because you can also go on a set of hards. If you want to play it conservative, a set of hard would definitely get you to the end, but a set of softs may be the strategy to maybe get some extra points. So we do see a couple other drivers coming in. We got Wolfsburg, Kiki, Yuki, Noah J, and Hecht all taking the inside line here, and we do see the soft rubbers going on for Waffles. Wolfsburg's going on another set of mediums. Yuki, obviously, because remember Waffles was on a set of mediums, he had to give you softs or hards. Damien is going to pit. Yeah, we see kind of a mixed bag here. Yuki also is on a set of mediums, so you have to go on a set of softs as well. So the mandatory soft runners that had to go on mediums and softs did it, while the only oddball was Hecht, who came in on a set of hards and went on a set of softs. So auditing strategies here, but it looks like everyone else is going to stay out. But kind of shocks me Gendrix is deciding to stay out here as well, because he has to pit at least once. Why not do it on the safety car?
Yeah, it is a bit of a weird one there. I think he may pit later on in the race. He is playing a risky game, but sometimes higher risk, higher reward. He may be just trying to think maybe there might be another safety car, but yeah, he is playing a very risky game.
That indeed. We'll see if Gendrix takes the hard right this time by, but if he does, he'll lose all his spots, so I doubt he'll be coming in. Maybe he doesn't think they'll make it 11, 12 laps. Maybe he thinks they'll make it 11 laps. Maybe he'll think it makes 10 laps. So again, maybe just stretching that one extra lap ensures those tires will be slightly fresh. Because I feel like they'll make it. How fresh they'll be is a completely different story, but I feel like they'll make it to the end. But he may be a sitting duck by end of this race here. So as we do go round again here, always the fun about safety cars is when you kind of run out of things to say, you don't know what else to do here. So we're just going to see, again, as now the field gets all bunched up. Only driver is Carlsberg, who's limping around here. But again, wait and see how they switch up here and see if anyone decides to maybe try an ultimate strategy.
Yeah, and while we are under the safety car, we will just give you an update that Season 6 in TTML, which will be on League Racing TV, will be starting in Portugal on November the 12th, where you'll see all 5 tiers go racing this Season 6. We've got some fantastic drivers across the board, and we've got some also fantastic commentators, which will include myself, Pepsi as well, TTG Conti, Ivor, Bryn, Mike, Luke as well, and TTG James Head will be heading up the commentary box this season. Also, we'll have, I'm sure, a few more to join us in the commentary box for what will be a fantastic Season 6. Also, we've got CWC on League Racing TV, which I believe, Pepsi, you are involved in on the commentary over there.
Yeah, I do have 2. F1 is done by, I should remember his name offhand, but I don't interact with him that much. But yeah, both F2 and F1 are on Mondays, along with BPNL on Saturdays and Sundays. But we do, and remember, TTML Division 1 is going to be starting on Sundays as well, so remember that indeed. But anyway, enough shilling. We got enough food in our ration bowls, as we're going to have probably one more lap around Belgium. Again, pretty of a long track here, so just going to kind of stall for time here. But I want to do the math right now for the standings, but actually, I'll do it right now. So while I quickly try to calculate out math and try to make things work, Storm, again, just take it away. Talk about whatever you like.
As Pepsi there will be our calculator for this evening and count up all the points. This is a fun team event just to end off Season 5 in TTML, I believe. We've got TTG versus CPI. We've got a few drivers in both teams that have raced in TTML this season. Just to name a few, we've got TTG, CR7, a Formula 3 drivers champion and a constructors champion. He's in Formula 3 again this season, so maybe he could make it 2 championships in a row. And could we be looking at maybe the next Lewis Hamilton, but the virtual Lewis Hamilton?
Almost done with my math here. Sorry. Yep, it is now 119 to 104, still favoring TTML, including the bonus points for fastest lap and pole position. So it is still going to be TTML show here. Yep, fast lap is still in a CR7's control. So yeah, right now it is still TTG leading the way, but the gap has shrunk a little bit, and with some alternating strategies here, maybe we'll see a couple drivers carve their way up for the field here. And if Neymar, because we do know, but Jendrix has to pit again, though, as I think...
Oh, yeah, there's a car around. I have to interrupt you there, as the safety car is going to come back in, and that's the race leader has gone into the wall, so Jendrix is going to be the safety car buffer, and yeah, that has not gone to plan.
I hope they didn't give some people some illegal overtakes. We'll have to wait and see if anything does happen here, because we know the game can be a little bit glitchy. We'll have to see. Yep, there we go. A couple of yellow flags just flew right there for Damon, and another one. So, yeah, that did just trigger that to happen. So, yeah, that's always fun to see. But anyway, though, here comes Robin. We'll watch him board with Robin, see when he decides to lead the troops down the line here. Gonna wait it out indeed. And... still waiting, and he was a lot later than last time. I think Jendrix wasn't ready. Jendrix is probably going to wait up to the bus stop here, and still going to go wait till the very end of the line here. There he goes, finally. Waits till almost the end of the straight there, and here we go. Down the long run indeed. We do got Yuki and Kiki fighting in the back there. We do got Christy coming in, so Chris did have to pit for a fresh front wing, but Jendrix will lead it off in the corner 1. We got Snell passing Jay-Z, and I think that's most part. The other one got relatively bunched up here. We do got Hecht and Wolfsburg fighting here. We do got up the road. We got 2 teammates fighting as well, and that's kind of the closest thing we have on track. I think CR7's on the back of Mr. BT as well, so we're going to cut back, and yet Mr. BT has gotten passed by CR7 for 4th position.
Yeah, and that's a crucial battle there, I think, as CR7 has the fastest lap point and the pole position point, as Waffles and Conti are switching places, and Wahlberg and Damon are switching. Well, Damon will drop because he's still not back in the session, as Jendrix has
just got passed by Sway. Yep.
Yeah.
And that would be a pass. Oh, and
like
Jendrix in the wall there. Sorry to cut you off. Jendrix just nailed that wall there as Robin tried to throw it to be inside. And he's not missing an end plate. But now he's going really wide there, so it must be some kind of damage at the very least. And that was the leading CPI driver. And luckily, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 are all held by them, though. So even in that situation, they lose one extra runner. But again, this math could be very close at the end of this race at how they are shaping up, as Jendrix is going to try to limp it around here, and he's going to pit and make something happen here. But looking through the rest of the field here, again, most of them are spaced out for the most part. Well, I wouldn't say spaced out, but kind of close. No real opportunities to make a pass. We'll see. Keep riding aboard here with Jendrix and see if Jendrix can just limp it around. Because, again, he fell so hard. I assume he's got some kind of damage on that car. Under pressure here from Conti. Conti, how aggressive will he be trying to force the pass on maybe the stricken car of Jendrix? We'll see if Jendrix takes a hard right or if he'll try to limp it in. Yep, Jendrix coming into pit lane here. Even though it's kind of hard to see on the ring, it's got to be something at least wrong with it, because I don't think he'd be that thing. As now Conti gets 3 from auto warnings for ignoring yellow flags, so put him up on the noise too as well, as Wolfsburg and Conti are fighting, as Wolfsburg will get around Conti, and Hecht gonna get around, try to get around Conti as well. He successfully will. So Hecht up to 11th, Wolfsburg up to 10th, and I think Waffles just passed Jezzy for 7th.
Yeah, it is getting very interesting during this race, because nobody can hold down a solid position for at least more than one lap. They are chopping and changing between, as Noah J and Conti are now battling for P13, crucial points on the line for every position, I believe, as they use the EML point system. So the pole position and the fastest lap will get a point, but then penalties will take an effect at the end of the race, so we won't know if any of them drivers will move positions. So it's definitely going to go down to the end of this race, down to the wire, as well as we are on lap 14 of 22.
Yeah, we are here almost within 10, within 9 to go here. Again, Sway, Rob, and CR7 all couldn't lead the way, but then again, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I doing quick math though, but then again, 8, 9 are, I don't know. I'm not even going to try to do the math until all the points are situated, all the things are done with the penalties. Because if I try to do it right now, my head's going to hurt, and I don't feel like doing that right now. I'm not a running calculator because I'm also manning the cameras. But anyway, then we got Carlos B on the back of Hecht here. We'll see if he can try to make something happen. Wolfsburg just ahead here, so maybe a bit of a pick situation here. Can Carlos B make something happen? Hecht going to try to go around here. It looks like he's going to go for it on the inside of Hecht. Number 21, DRS now made able, but not going to have enough. Go just a little bit too deep, and is going to have to concede back. So Hecht going to keep 11th, and now here comes Noah J. I should say, I thought it was Noah J, but Noah J kind of lost touch there. Carlos B does go the fast lap of the race on those fresh softs, and just not going to make something happen. With DRS enabled this time by, maybe a little bit of a shining star incident here, where his teammate is going to kind of hurt him here, because Wolfsburg's going to get Hecht's going to get DRS off Wolfsburg, and Carlos B's not going to be able to make a pole. Now Chris goes fast lap of the race, so probably doesn't want to be getting fast lap of the race in 17th after having to pit. But again, that is how it rolls sometimes.
Yeah, and this is getting quite tasty up at the front, as Sway gets a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting, and these CPI drivers in 4th, 5th, and 6th are getting pretty close to CR7's car. So I just wonder if they are in that attacking territory now, as Mr. BT is...
Oh, I'm sorry to cut you off. Hecht 21 hardens the wall, lost the back end, and I was watching that battle in the back there. Hecht just in the wall there. I don't think he's got damage, but he hit that wall a ton. He's got to have some side pod damage or something, and that is going to be a race over, not race over for Hecht, but he's definitely going to be behind the 8 ball. Unless another safety car comes out, he's going to be clawing to try to get back in it. But back up to the top here instead, Sway, Rob, and TTR7, 1, 2, 3, but with Sway and Rob both having penalties, and BRT, Neymar, and Snell, your top 3 right now would be CR7, BT, Neymar Gaming, which could sense enough for CPI to possibly take over the points lead in the standings for the first time today.
Yeah, and that's how crucial this event is. It's as Noah picks up a 3-second time.
Carlsby, sorry to cut you off. I hate to cut you off there, but Carlsby kind of started fishing in the grass there while that was happening, and he's going to have to come back in. He's got a missing particle wing. I saw Noah J make the pass. I do wonder if maybe they touched, because looking at the outside there, maybe they kind of touched just a tiny bit there. Carlsby's had to go fishing in the grass there, and he's also going to touch down, so 2 more drivers gone in that metaphorical sense. Hecht at least has no damage, so Hecht will get around Carlsby, and it's all kind of going wrong for Carlsby, who was top 4 at the start of this race, and now is 15th along with his teammate. And our 2 major finishers, that is now Sway and Robin and CR7, all fighting at the top here, and Robin is going to end up conceding the spot to CR7, so CR7 back in the lead of this race.
Yeah, and that's some risky overtaking there from the TTT drivers, as they need to work as a team, because Mr. BT is literally within striking distance of Sway now of 4/10. So yeah, this is going to be, I think, where the battle is, as that time is now coming down. Set the 2 yellow flags.
That is going to be Noah J in the wall there, indeed. He'll get it again refired. He does have a missing end plate, though, so he's going to have to pit again. But to kind of concur your point there, I think it may have actually been team orders a little bit instead, because remember, Robin and Sway have 3 seconds worth of time penalties. CR7 does not. If CR7 gets passed by Mr. BT wins this race. So instead, Robin and CR7 Sway, maybe instead of playing kind of rear gunner in this situation, and hold up the CPI boys, and maybe allow CR7 to get enough of a field distance in order to win this race. So instead of maybe putting him 3rd in line, where there's a chance where he may end up getting passed, end up losing this race, ensure he gets the victory, and then try to make out the rest happen here. And with Chris now leaving as well, and Carlsby getting 3 from multiple warnings, it just looks like maybe consistency may be enough, because right now how it shakes out, I think CPI is looking all right now with all the penalties.
Yeah, it is classed as consistency is key, and CPI are doing that now. If they can maybe just make a mark on that podium, I think it will go down to the final results at the bottom of the grid.
Yeah, indeed. Hack pitting as well. See if anyone likes to pass here. Again, doesn't look as much of a fight. Robin getting a toe off CR7, but he's not really forcing the issue. Now, another question I do throw out there is, if you're Mr. BT, Neymar, and Snell, how aggressive do you try to make this pass? Because remember, you push too hard and you get your own warning or your own penalty, you make this a mute point, and then you have to pass. But right now with Sway and Robin having 3, and the driver pointing you and Waffles having 5, which could get removed depending on stewarding, but I don't know how many stewards are going to be looking at this, and Wolfsburg having 3, it's a situation where you may be able to kind of not have to push the issue, just stay ahead of the cars ahead, and ensure you'll at least get 2 spots in the podium with penalties. So there's just a risk-reward situation. How aggressive do you push? Now Jendrik gets 3 for multiple warnings, but he's back in 15th, so a situation where he's fighting Carlsby right now hard for 14th, where every point could matter in the farther back, as Carlsby passes the stricken removed car of Chris, who's not in the race anymore, so both cars should quickly get a quick work of him, so now they're up to 13th and 14th, respectively. Other than that, though, you do got Waffles in the back of Snell, but with 5 seconds, that could be a hard penalty overturned with so few laps remaining. So we do have the LFX Hack 2. That is a car around. That is going to be, I believe it is Hack 21 again. Yes, it is. Heck, a bit slow.
Yeah, not good there for Hecht, and that might just not be a good thing for CPI. But the way you look at it is TTG Chris is not in the session. If Noah J and Hecht can get past him, that's 2 free positions for CPI, and that's 3 points. So, yeah, every point to play for.
I do wonder, though, because remember, I do think the rule is if you're not in control of the car, you get no points. At least I know that's a TTML rule. If you don't finish under your own power, you don't get anything. So I don't think he'll get points regardless. So I think 2 spots gained, but we'll have to wait and see how they rule this. Again, we're kind of just making the math up. We got the points numbers here, but we have to go scour the rule books again for some obscure rules. But anyway, Neymar still on the back of his teammate here, Mr. PT, but not enough really to make a striking distance. I think most of the field's kind of gotten spaced out here for the most part. All in this DRS train. They can't make a pass happen because the one that would be forcing the pass to kind of make everything pop off is Robin. And since Robin is not getting close enough to make anything happen, the rest of the field can't follow suit. And they're all just kind of stuck where they are. And just kind of biding the time. Now Yuki gets 3 for multiple warnings.
Yeah, some people might say it is a DRS train that is being caused. But yeah, I think these drivers are some of the best that is in their respective esports team. That's why they're there. You know, they're there to win events. They're there to, you know, show what the team can offer, and that's what they're doing tonight. You know, we may say this is a friendly race, but I can guarantee you the drivers will want to win, and yeah, it'll be bragging rights for whoever.
Yeah, whoever indeed. Robin is now out of DRS range. He's 1.3 now behind, so we do have the Alpha Sector 3. I think that is a car. I think that is going to be someone. That is Kiki a little bit slow here, which could throw him in the clutches of Jendrix, who was going to get past. So open up Jendrix another spot here. But with the tail now broken, Robin could be under threat here from Sway's teammate or even behind him farther. So we'll have to wait and see if a lunge happens. We got 4 to go here, so we'll see if anything can change here. Sway gonna get a good rundown on his line here. Can he get past Robin? Kiki gets 3 for multiple warnings. Here comes Sway around the outside, and he'll successfully get around him. So Sway up the second, Robin on the third. Mr. BT did not get a good enough run up the hill, so that will not be enough to make something happen. But CR7, if he just keep his foot on the gas, can break that toe and definitely put himself in a chance to win this race. But we got Wolfsburg on the back here as well, trying to maybe pass Janzi here. Again, with 3 seconds, it's going to be easier said than done, but even if he does get by, he'll have to try to clear him. But with this train being so potent ahead, it's, again, like I said, easier said than done indeed. But, again, everyone just kind of under this blanket here. Again, I don't think CPI drivers are pushing too hard, knowing, again, what's at stake. That they could be able, maybe they're just playing conservatively, taking their foot off the gas in a late, use a boxing analogy, in a late round fight when you know you're up on points. Maybe just take your foot off the gas a little bit and bring everything home rather than force the issue.
Yeah, and I think it's now to the point where CPI need to think about their top drivers. When do they strike? When do they do that final knockout blow? Going back to your boxing reference there, it's kind of like a boxing fight. You know, when do CPI make that punch When do they give out that knockout blow? Because Mr. BT is in that prime position to maybe give that first knockout blow to Robin, as they will now come out the bus stop chicane. 2 laps remain.
Actually 3, because remember, we're on lap 20, so 20, 21, 22, so we have 3 laps remaining. But, again, because of the time penalties, though, like I said, Mr. BT's got a spot on the podium. That's a gimme. Same thing with Neymar. They're both going to take 2 spots on the podium right there, if my math is correct. Yeah, they both will get podium spots, and Snell will even jump as well. So right now, as they run because of penalties, it's basically CR7, Mr. BT, yellow flag, sector 2, it's one of the TTG cars, but it's basically CR7, Mr. BT, Neymar Gaming, Snell, and then it's Sway, Robin, Waffles, Wolfsburg. But even with JC not having a penalty, he could easily jump up there as well. So even though it doesn't look that good on the grid right now, Mr. BT, Neymar, Snell, and Jay-Z are all going to gain more spots if they can keep it clean, and that could be the metaphorical nails. That's why I said they may take their foot off the gas here and just don't get a cut and bring it home, and you may be able just to point your way on victory. Not the cleanest victory, not the nicest victory. You probably do it on track, but it's still points, and it's still part of racing. But again, they don't have to force the issue if they don't want to, and I don't think that is their game plan, not to force it, because you're not going to catch CR7.
No, I don't think anybody is going to catch CR7. He is now 2 seconds in front, but yeah, it doesn't matter. I think if you win it on or off track, a win is a win. But yeah, you obviously want to win it on track. You want to say, I won that team event on track. But yeah, as they are going to come up into what will be the bus stop chicane, I think there may be some late moves, as Noah J gets a 3-second time penalty.
Yeah, he'll be up to 6 indeed. Again, going to just probably lose a spot to Heck, but it's not going to affect anything in the overall team battle here. But coming up 2 to go here. Again, a little bit of a train in the back. Yellow flag, sector 1, sector 2. I think that is one of the TTG cars. I'll now cut to see because I think it's the same car. Yeah, it's Kiki. Been a race to forget for Kiki indeed. We'll probably just try to get it refired and just bring it home for at least something to ensure his team gets some points. But Wolfsburg has passed Waffles. So Wolfsburg up to 7th. Waffles down to 8th. And just to quickly check the tires again. Remember, some of them did pit earlier. Yeah, the soft run, high soft run now is Waffles in 8th, but I think those softs may be running to the end of their lives at the very least. But back up to the grid we go here again. Just no major passing opportunities again, because in team sports, you don't have to force the issue, and I don't think they are. So I think this may be our final running order, and I think let's get the calculators out ready, because I think we'll be calculating something very soon. As now Waffles gets 3 for a time warning as well. That's going to bring him up, I think, to 6. No, it's up to 8, so any chance even Waffle, yeah, this is going to be very interesting.
Yeah, I think you might want to get that calculator ready, as the drivers have got around about 1.5 laps left of this race. CR7 has pulled now a gap of 2.5 on 14 lap mediums. Then we've got TTG Robin in second. Consi picks up another 3-second time penalty, and Sway is your current top 3. That could, well, that will change at the moment as they come now through into the final few corners, and that will be onto lap 22, which will be the penultimate lap here in the team event versus TTG and CPI.
Yeah, indeed. We're going to go as now Kiki gets 5 for speeding the pit lane, just to kind of add insult to injury for his day. Kiki is now retired, 1 lap to go. Again, 1 extra point lost, but we'll see again how it calculates out here. Again, no one's going to touch CR7 unless CR7 spins on his own. But will Mr. BT get a chance to make a lunge on Sway? But with Sway, not really going to have DRS off Robin. I doubt anything will occur here. And we'll have to, again, see if anything can occur. So, yeah. We'll see again, just writing something down. All right, there we go. So we're going to see here again, Wolfsburg on the back. Can he get around Snell? Can he get a good toe down the line? He is pretty close here. Again, just going to check the telemetry. Forgot about that horse. He's at 10 while they're all pretty much all at the end of the reserve tanks. So basically, if you got it now, you're going to use it. And it's going to be... Oh, and there goes Wolfsburg into the wall hard, and that's race over for him. He tried to make a pass, sensing desperation, and that is going to be curtains for him. And 1 less point score for TGG, which I think makes it even a little bit easier maybe for CPI to win this.
Yeah, that is the 3rd driver out of the race for... TTG, but they also have a driver that is not in the session either, so that makes it 4 in total for not getting points, and 2 drivers for CPI that won't get points, I believe. So yeah, it's not looking good here for TTG, as Mr. BT is right on the back of Robin. I think he may just want to hold on, as Cosby now picks up another
the wall
penalty.
hard there. Mr. BT just gets a little bit, that dirty air's effect around Old Lady's house. It's the curse of the Old Lady's house, and he's hit that wall hard. Is it going to affect him enough? He's got basically 2 corners to go. Even if the car doesn't handle well, just hang on. Hang on, you got it. Robin went wide. Here comes Neymar. They may switch here. Don't want to fight too hard here. Don't want to get the elbows out. Neymar going to give a little bit of a touch, but CR7's going to win this race. Sway's going to come up in second. Robin in third, but they're all going to jump up here quickly, and we got a big commotion here. Sway down to 4th, Snell to 5th, Jazzy to 6th, Robin to 7th, Waffles 8th, Yuki going to come home presumably in 9th, Conti in 10th. So yeah, we're going to have to wait all this out, and I'm going to get the calculator ready, but CR7 wins this race. Hat tip to CR7. Dominating performance indeed for him. But we'll have to wait to see how this all shakes out, but CR7 at least wins this race, and maybe my prediction is looking a little bit better by the minute.
Yeah, I think you may have got me on that one this evening, as CR7 has won the race with CPI Neymar in P2, then CPI Mr. BT rounds off your podium, and that is the qualifying and the race concluded here in the team event for TTG versus CPI, as TTG Waffles does get your in-game driver of the day. We will just wait for Pepsi to work out all the maths, and he will give us a provisional race result for, well, the points, should I say, as we won't know until they are published fully, which I believe will go on to both teams' Twitter accounts. So do keep an eye on them, as I believe TTG's is TTG Gaming Esports, and I think CPI's is CPI Esports. So do keep an eye on them, but also you can keep an eye on the other action which League Racing TV does provide. If you want to go and follow TTML, then it is TTML_F1, and I think CWC is at CWC Racing League. I believe I will get Pepsi to update that when he is finished. So there is your race results. CR7 takes the race win. Neymar in P2, Mr. BT in P3, Sway in P4, Snell in P5, Jay-Z in P6, Robin in P7, Waffles P8, CPI Yuki in 9th, Cosby rounds off the top 10, then Conti in 11th, Jendrick in P12, Hecht P13, Noah J in P14, CTG Chris in his AI in 15th.
I got the math. Basically, final score here. Let me just do one more quick thing here, just to quickly do one more thing, but I think we got it. Provisionally right now, if my math is correct, the winner of this event is, drumroll for effect, it is CPI that has won this race with 119 total points to TTG's 104. So calculating at the end, CPI just ran the consistency at the end there, and they will win this event 119 to 104, at least through provisional math. Obviously, penalties may get removed, things may get changed, but right now, using in-game results, that is what happened. So CPI has won this race, but I think TTG may have a countback situation here, and maybe could make a case, but we'll have to wait and see. But CPI is your de facto winner, so winner of the race was CR7, and CPI has won the overall battle. They've won the war.
Yeah, and that is fantastic, I'm guessing, for CPI as they take the provisional win here this evening. It's been an absolute fantastic privilege to, for the first time, share the comms box with Pepsi as well, and I'm sure we'll be in the comms box for future events or TTML races or whatever league is requiring a commentator on League Racing TV. If you did like the stream, then do hit that like button and do subscribe to League Racing TV for all the action in TTML, CWC and BNLR, as we will be back next week for TTML when we start round number 1 in Season 6 in Portugal. It's been an absolute pleasure to be with you in the comms box this evening, Pepsi, and I wish you all the best for TTML comms this coming season, and also your CWC commentary as well.
I do wish you well in Division 5, but that will do it for us. You heard all the plugs here, but it's been a great battle here in Day, and until then, well, I think that's all for myself and Mr. Storm over there, so thank you, and good night.